What's in my Disney park bag? Let's go through the essentials that help me stay cool, organized, and ready for anything at Disney. Hi, welcome back to my channel. All right, let's get into the basics. The bag. Okay, start with the bag. So I usually have it narrowed down. I usually try to bring 2 of these mommy type fanny pack bags just to like give myself a break and to kind of like coordinate outfits. So I have to say this is my favorite, like above everything. It's my Petunia Pickle Bottom bag. It's like a mommy fanny pack bag, and it is like it's a sling, and I wear it like right here at my chest. Now this bag is like usually my go-to. Obviously it's cute and it's got a little Disney princess print on here. I know they are phasing out their Disney products. I think there are still like some Grogu or something ones online if you're interested, but they do have basics of this bag too if you're not so like into Disney and maybe this is gonna be like a one and done trip for you and you don't want to spend all this money. This is something you can't use again. I have basics of this bag, so I would definitely getting it. So the reason why I like this is on the back here there is a little hidden pouch. So this is usually where I keep my cell phone, and then in the front there's 2 pockets. So this bag, by the way, the fanny packs, this is something that you're going to want to keep on you at all times, like when you go on the rides. You don't leave this in the stroller. This is going to be on me the whole time. Some other mentions or bags. So I have 3 Stony Clover bags here. It's like a denim version, and this is their jumbo fanny pack. This one says Mama, and then this one also says Mama. Very corny and unique, right? So I like this, and I think they're so adorable. However, I'm going to say that the Petunia Pickle Bottom bag is a little bit more organized and easy to navigate, and I'm not always worried that something's gonna fall out of here. If I have to only bring one, this would be my choice, but like I said, I do love how big these are, and I love how adorable they look for pictures. The bags that I'm working with, and these are all from Stony Clover Lane. Oh, hi, if you're new here, my name is Lauren. I am a mom to almost 4-year-old, she's gonna be 4 in 2 weeks, little daughter named Lucia. I have a grown-up 18-year-old daughter, stepdaughter named Jules. She's off to college already. So I share a lot of Disney content on my channel. We go to Disney about 4 or 5 times a year, just me and my toddler. So I show a lot of vlogs where, you know, just solo momming it. I do have a husband, but he only joins us usually on our Disney trips about once a year. So let's get back to the video. All right, so I have, by the way, I'm so embarrassed to be showing this because it needs a good washing. It's so dirty, but this is my go-to little pouch that I have money, credit cards, my ID, everything in here. So this, I don't usually need to bring my key fob here because I don't, we like to stay in the bubble, so we don't drive or anything. And usually my husband will drop us off at the airport, so I leave the key fob at home. But this is generally where I keep all my valuables in, and like I said, I don't leave this in a stroller, so this is with me the whole time. And I love that it's, again, sorry that it's so dirty, but I love that it's compact enough, and you know, so I don't have to worry about bringing a big wallet or anything, and it just goes right in there. The next 2 items are extremely important for being at the parks. So the first one is a fan. So I usually, in the past, this was the fan that was my go-to. It's cute, compact, you know, did the trick. And I loved that it comes with this little ring thing here. So I will generally keep one of the fans in my park bag. Now, I have to say, during Prime Day, I got influenced by Andrea Moberly. She introduced me to a new fan that is definitely going to be a game changer, and I'm so excited to use this. It looks like a mini hair dryer, and the amount of power this thing holds is like, this is the fan you're gonna want to bring to Disney, definitely. It's got like, I think it's got 5 speeds. You could probably hear it on the video, but it's pretty powerful. So I'm hoping that this will do the trick for beating that hot Orlando sun. And it's compact enough that also fit this right conveniently into either one of your fanny packs. The other thing is you're gonna want to carry with you an external battery charger. Now I love this one because it actually charges, like it's a fast charger. Now my husband borrowed my original one that was super excellent and he left it in El Salvador, and I had to end up buying 2 more. These are great because they plug right into the wall, so you could charge them at night in your hotel room. And then they come with all of the adapters on the side here, so you don't have to worry about carrying a big long charger with you. Again, this fits so nice right inside the bag. So while I'm waiting in line, you know, you could charge your phone while you're fanning. You know, you could do all the things. So definitely you're going to want to pick up one of these suckers. Oh, and all of these products, I'm going to try to link everything in, and I'll insert the Amazon storefront here. Now, I don't, full disclaimer, I do get a very small percentage of a commission for anything you might buy, but we're talking like not a lot, but these are all items that I personally use and would not recommend if I didn't believe in them. So that being said, if you do happen to shop from any of my links, I really appreciate it because it really helps to support and grow this small little channel of mine. So then I have another little pouch from Stony Clover Lane. This is their princess pouch, which I have added a little mini bow on. And this is where I'm gonna keep things, like I keep a little mirror. All right, so in case you're new to Disney, or even my friend, it's Priscilla Marie, actually didn't know about this tip, so I'm gonna share this secret tip with you now. On your magic band, if you're an adult, you're gonna use the full-on strap here, but if you have a little one with you, you're gonna pop this whole part out and just discard the longer version, and this is gonna help so that it fits on your child's wrist. So that being said, I'm gonna put sometimes my daughter wants to wear this, especially when we're going through the ticket security line or whatever, but sometimes she doesn't want to wear it, or if I'm worried about it falling off or whatnot, like if she's playing, I'm gonna keep that with me also in the bag. Disney does not allow gum. If you're a gum chewer, which I usually don't worry about something like that, but if you are like, you know, I'm just letting you know that you're gonna want to keep, if you are like a gum chewer, you probably want to keep some gum with you because Disney does not sell gum on property. So this is something that, this is Tic Tac, you know, these are Tic Tacs, but you know, you get my drift. This is something I would probably keep in there as well if I were to bring that, because you cannot find this in the Disney bubble. All right, then I'm gonna have this sunscreen. I found this little mini blue lizard one. I've actually haven't used this yet, but it's for the face, so I'm gonna keep it, and it's so super tiny. It's like 2 inches, so it's perfect size to fit in your fanny pack. And then of course you're gonna wanna get lip balm with SPF. So this is SPF 30 and this is from Sunbum. You're gonna want to get some hand sanitizer. This is from Little Boogies, so that is very helpful. And then another thing that I will pack in here are extra batteries because I am a vlogger. So if you want to film some of your family vacations, definitely you're going to want to bring a bunch of backup batteries because they tend to go fast when you're at Disney. I bought a pack of those with a different charger. So even though I did mention about getting this external hard drive, another great tip is to pick up these fuel rods. Now they sell them on Amazon. I don't know what the going rate is nowadays. It might be like 2 for $35 or $40 or something. They're cheaper when you buy them ahead of time. They sell them in the park, but they're a little bit more expensive. However, here's the trick. So it comes with the same little adapters for all the phones right in this little case. When you're done using your battery, it just has a little barcode. You drop it in the machine, which the little machine kiosks are located everywhere in the Disney bubble. They're at the hotel, they're in the gift shops, they're all over pretty much all the parks. And I can confirm for Disney, it is completely free. So you could exchange them all day long. There's no limit. You don't have to put your credit card in or anything. You just drop it in the machine and a new one that's full usually charge will pop up. Generally, my go-to lately has been this guy, but just another great tip if you want to think about having a little extra battery. And then of course, because I'm a vlogger, I like to bring my gimbal. So this gimbal folds up pretty compact, and then it also will go into a tripod position in case I wanted to like put this on the table and film or do all the things. So this is really helpful for vlogging, and even with my camera attached to it, it fits really nicely right inside here. Because I do have a preschooler, I still have the extra convenience of having a stroller. Now, if you're wondering, if you have an older child and you're wondering like, my daughter's 5 or whatever, like, is this gonna be too old to bring a stroller? Should I or shouldn't I bring the stroller? Bring the stroller. I will always say bring the stroller. I go everywhere with mine and I love it. It's basically like your home base and when you're in the park, and it's just amazing, and you can fit like as much things as possible between your park bag, your water, food, any shopping souvenirs that you put, it can go all in there. Definitely do that. So that being said, this is our bag that we use for both for flying, my daughter's carry-on, and then also I use this as our park bag. So I attach this right to the stroller, and this I generally leave on my stroller, and I don't bring this on the rides with us. That's what the fanny pack is going to be for. So here I'm going to put things that if God forbid it gets stolen, I'm not going to be that upset about it. Like, of course it's going to be upsetting and annoying, but I'm not going to have any valuable items that I just can't live without. Like, definitely don't leave your wallet or anything in there. So now in her bag, of course, I'm going to put a water bottle. I will have one on mine, but generally mine I'll just keep like right in the stroller video. Now I do have a stroller setup video. If you're curious about watching after this one, go ahead and check that out. So that shows how I set up my stroller at Disney and some tips for getting in and out of security. Disney has they have first aid stations and baby care centers in the park, but of course sometimes it might be a little bit of a waste. So because I'm a mom, I keep this little first aid kit. So in here I have Band-Aids, Neosporin, I have Kleenex. I used to have like a Neosporin spray. I'm not sure what happened to that one. I love these little pouches, and it shows you what it's in here, but I just generally I leave everything in here, and it's right in her diaper bag. And oh, she's potty trained now, but we're still calling it a diaper bag. Make sure you bring some doggy bags if your child is not potty trained, so you could keep dirty diapers in there. If you're a mom, you know, I don't even have to explain what that's for. My daughter is potty trained, but I still keep some stuff in here just in case we have an accident, which knock on wood has not happened. Yeah, generally I'll keep these in there, and you know, of course, like let's say we get she gets wet or something, you know. Kind of going along with the same theme are these toilet covers. My daughter, because she's newly potty trained, she likes to put her hands all over everything in the bathroom. So this just kind of has some extra peace of mind. They sell them and they come in little 5-packs, so it's great. So you don't have to bring all of them. You could leave some back at the hotel and then keep these in your park bag and then bring them out. And also you could even just slip one into your fanny pack when you're going into the restroom, which is great. The next thing, obviously, we're going with a change of clothes. So this is great to have a change of clothes if you're planning on doing a park hop and you want to do a park change. If you watch any of my vlogs, you know I love to put big dresses on Lucia. She loves dressing up and in these big princess dresses, but of course, because Orlando does get super hot, sometimes I like to give her the option of putting a change of clothes. And then of course, like I said, if in case you're worried about if your kid has an accident, you're gonna want to keep underwear, fresh underwear, and a change of clothes in there. I generally don't need to bring a sweatshirt. Depending when you go, it might get cooler at night, but when we're going, it shouldn't get cold for me to bring it. I'm gonna gauge and look at the weather before we leave to double check. Now I'm gonna want to keep this in the same diaper. I'm gonna keep calling it a park bag. Is the snack bag. Now here's where I'm gonna put little like Pringles. I'm gonna put Cheez-Its, Goldfish crackers, maybe applesauce powder. We're gonna put like things like that. So let's say you are in a hurry in the morning and you're trying to get to the park, but you don't have time to fully eat breakfast. Oh, granola bars would be another great one. I'm gonna make sure I put them right in here. So just little snacks so we don't have to actually stop and go to the kiosk and, you know, go get popcorn. Well, we eat a lot of popcorn when we're at Disney, but yeah, you're gonna want to try to save a little bit of money because the the snacks at the park are expensive. So if you could save a little bit of money and pack yourself some snacks, that would be helpful. I'm also gonna get a full aerosol kind of sunscreen. So I'm gonna keep this in my park bag as well. Of course, sunglasses for me and sunglasses for my daughter. So I'm gonna keep hers right in the park bag, and I'm gonna keep mine. Usually I find I put them on my head a lot. If, you know, we're in like going on a ride or something, I'm gonna put these right into my fanny pack. All right, so here's some other things that I would consider. You're gonna wanna grab a towel or like a washcloth for, well, this is what I do anyway, because it gets very humid, especially if you're going during the summer months at Disney. So I usually just get like a towel or like a little washcloth from the hotel, and I bring that in I'll put that in the park bag as well. So that has dual use. One is for blotting sweat away because it's so hot, and then the other use is, let's say you're caught in the rainstorm or something spills on the stroller, your child is not going to want to sit in a wet stroller. So I always have like a towel for extra protection, just in case I need to have them sit on something dry. And then if you want to save some money, I would recommend getting your bubble wands. I know I just was at Walmart last week, and they actually have they had a mini bubble. I'll try to insert the footage here, but they had a mini bubble wand for $2. It was on clearance. So definitely check your Walmart clearance section to see if you could get it. I know that in the past they've also sold something like this at Walgreens. So if you don't want to spend like the 30 or 40, I don't even know what bubble wands go for at Disney anymore. We just keep we have a lot of them at home. You don't want to shell out the money for that and you want to save some money, definitely bring your own bubbles from home. Also, what I do is, because we use the Disney bubble wand when we're in the park, I actually will do a Target pickup order on our way from the airport to our hotel, and I add the little 6 containers of bubble solution. I think it's like $1 or $2 from Target, and I'll add that right into my cart, so it's ready to go. It doesn't take a weight in my luggage, and she could use as many bubbles as she wants throughout the week. And if we don't go through all of them, either I could bring a little one home, or what I could do is gift them for other kids over at the hotel as like a little pixie dust thing, if usually that's what happens. So then if you want to bring like a blanket or something to sit on, like for the parade, I don't do this, but I have seen other people do this, just so you're not sitting on the dirty ground. You bring something like that, that's helpful, and I would fold that up and put it in your park bag or your stroller, or maybe maybe even like that towel will be a good situation like that for that as well. But just don't forget to return it back to the hotel at the end. You're gonna also want to bring, if you're into the autograph book, that's something you would put in your backpack, autograph book and pen. We haven't really done this yet, but I might start doing this with my daughter. I kind of have been envisioning ordering, because we go so often to Disney, we have so many pictures, and I kind of thought it would be fun to make a Shutterfly book and bring that next time and have like all the characters signed next to the picture. I think that would be really cool. So something I have not gotten around to doing yet. We'll see, maybe I could get that done. So that's something I would bring. There's also like with my first daughter Scarlett, we ordered one of those Disney character books on Amazon that was really cool. That's a great idea. Otherwise, if you forget about this, they do sell, don't worry, they sell autograph books in the parks, and they sell them at the resort, so you can have something. And they sell pens, all the things. So also pins, if you're into pin trading, don't forget those. You're going to want to keep those on you. I would throw in some Ziplocs in case you don't finish your meals or your snack. Let's say you have or let's say you're going to go on a ride, but you just bought a pretzel. They're pretty big, so you could always like break it up and put it in the Ziploc bag for later. That's a great tip. And then I talk about this in my stroller video, but just make sure that you're bringing like rain gear, because it always rains in Florida and you just never know. So I like to have, I don't have it here, but I have a similar kind of packing pouch that I keep in my stroller, and this is gonna have both of our raincoats and a poncho in there, and also the rain cover for the stroller. So again, if you haven't checked out my stroller video, go check that out, because that's gonna give you some tips about what all that, and you know, I can never, when I'm going to Disney, I can never get enough people's vlogs and tips and all that thing. So if you have any tips for me, or things that I'm forgetting that you pack in your park bag, go ahead and leave them down below. So sorry, future me, I just realized there were a couple things when I'm editing the video that I forgot to mention. Wipes and glow sticks. Any like special little toy or anything, that would be great. Yeah, definitely wipes and glow sticks. All right, so I think that's gonna about do it for today's video. If you made it this far in the video, go ahead and drop a backpack emoji down in the comments. It helps with the engagement to show how long that you are watching my videos. If you made it to the end, really do appreciate that you stuck around this long. So go ahead and give this video a like. If we're not already friends, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate each and every one of you, and we will see you in the next one or at Disney. Thanks for watching. Bye.
I've been all around the world, every city, every place.